If there is something everyone on this planet could agree they love, it would have to be Disney live-action remakes. The idea of seeing a movie you already watched again, but this time with more heart, better writing, and with god-tier performances is a 10 out of 10 experience, and really goes to show you how much Disney's improved these last 2 years. Now, there are some people, skeptics if you will, who believe it or not, like the original movies better. And that's how we get to the new Snow White movie. Now, if you're like me, which I don't see why you wouldn't want to be, you probably thought that this was the original movie, and this is the only Snow White movie, and there never was another Snow White movie. And the only time I've ever seen this character before is that one Shrek scene where those midgets throw her corpse on top of Shrek's dinner table. But apparently, this is actually based off the first ever full-length Disney cartoon, which came out all the way back in 1937. 1937! That's literally older than my grandparents. But just because something is old, that doesn't mean we could judge it. So you know what? I watched it. And it was the most boring, sleep-inducing hogwash I've ever seen. No wonder everything was depressing and we were always at war back in the day. If this was the entertainment we had, we would be cooked too. So now that you 100% agree with me, and we are on the same page, I think it's time to get into the real meat and potatoes of this video, on why, no matter what side of the political spectrum you are on, everybody loves Rachel Ziegler. She's like a puppy. I mean, there are two types of people in this world. People who absolutely love her and agree with everything she says and think that she was perfectly casted and should play in a ton of stuff in the future. And liars. And this isn't even to mention Gal Gadot's performance, where you could really tell that she just went all out and had a ton of fun playing this character. I would easily put her performance next to Heath Ledger's Jokers. I mean, I don't know how you could get a more perfect villain. Now, this one doesn't really need much explaining. I mean, we all know it. If you're a grown-ass man, then you really shouldn't be watching anything animated. I mean, come on now. Don't make me say it. We all know. We all been thinking it. Story doesn't matter. The media it's told through does, obviously. And it being live action really just is another way of saying it's for grown-ups. And grown-ups could watch it too. Family-friendly movie. So, for all the people who have really just wanted to learn the story of Snow White, this is the perfect time to learn the story. I mean, it reminds me of the time Death Note or Dragon Ball or even Atla had a live action. And, you know, you always hear people say great stuff about this, but since I'm not a little kid, I just ignore them. I mean, it's a cartoon. How good could the stories be? Which is why I was so happy to see it brought to the live action. Finally, now I could watch it. Just as I thought, all those movies ended up sucking, so I can't imagine how bad the cartoon versions of them were if the real versions for real people were this bad. And since then, I vowed to never listen to anything on cartoons again. Now, that being said, this movie was great. This is actually a good movie, but I think the cartoon still sucks. So let's just show that it actually doesn't even matter if the movie's good or not. The cartoon's always just gonna suck, probably. Now, haters will tell you that this movie flopped because nobody wants to see it. But this is obviously because there is no point in seeing something that you already know is perfect. I mean, if something has flaws or is not well made, then that's where you get critics or full theaters of people who want to see a movie despite its flaws. Like, I know you're not perfect, baby, but I still love you because this, and this, you know what I mean? But if something is perfect, then what's the point in seeing it? You already know it's peak. I mean, there is no point on forming an opinion because there's no opinion to be formed. I mean, the movie is just good, period. You're seeing it will make no difference because if you watch it, you're just gonna see it's perfect. You might as well just save your money and just believe me because it is perfect. For an example, I have lived in Arizona my whole life, but I have never once gone and saw the Grand Canyon because people have already assessed it is cool, and thus there's nothing more I could add to it. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen the No Snow White movie, and I have no plans to. So therefore, I am completely unbiased, which means if you can't trust me, then you can't trust anybody. I mean, if someone has seen a movie, obviously they're going to be biased. They've seen the movie. But I think the best critics are people who haven't even seen the movie because they're going into the review with completely open arms. They have no bias because, you know, you haven't seen the thing that you reviewed. So yeah, Snow White 2025 is better than Snow White 1937 because it doesn't have terrible acting. Adults could watch it. And if you actually don't even need to watch it, which means there's no chance you're gonna get bored and fall asleep, like I did with the original. that is all for this video. Please like and subscribe. We're so close to hitting 500 subscribers. I've been edging on this milestone for so long now. And let me know what other points you'd like to see me argue below. I will argue literally anything. That's the point of this series. Think of the most crazy thing you can, and I will argue it. Just nothing that will get me canceled, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.